I said I was going to be on hiatus, but we had 2 albums drop, and I want to talk about them. The first one being Grizzly by Slaughter to Prevail, and then we had a release from Five Finger Death Punch called Best Of, and it was basically just a compilation of their songs from their older albums that they more or less re-recorded, or so they claim, but we'll talk about that in a minute. So the first one I want to talk about is Grizzly. I think it's the 4th album released by Slaughter to Prevail under Sumerian Records, if I pronounce it right. It's if I really had to just rate it right now, I would say it's okay. I've heard better. This album, majority of the songs from this album are like stuff that was released, I think, back from like 2022. Primarily like 1984 was released back when Russia and Ukraine were getting into their thing, and that was more or less Alex's stance on where he stood on war, especially dealing with his own country. So yeah, that happened. And then of course they released like Viking, Conflict, and that was like back in 2023, I think, 2024, somewhere in there. So a lot of these songs are old, like older stuff. And then and I don't think that's something that's primarily new to them, as they did that with Agony back during the Kostalin record release. That song came out like a couple years prior to the album's release, but besides the point. Like I said, it's okay. In my opinion, it's them more or less diving more into that new metal, like deathcore sound. I guess it's fine. It's kind of bouncy, I guess, best way I can describe it. But there's just a couple choice things off this record that I don't think work. For example, the opening track, Bandolitos, it starts off fine, it starts off good, I actually liked it, and I almost had him skip by me. But it has this weird transition where it stops completely and starts playing like this, I don't know, this like weird sample of like Bandito or like ranchero music. I don't know what it is. If you know what it is in the comments, let me know. But it's awkward. It kind of just halts all momentum that this song had, and then after that it kind of makes it seem like it stops, but the track just keeps going. So it was just a weird and odd, kind of thing to do. And of course we got, like I mentioned before, it's got these songs from like that were previously released, like Kid of Darkness, Conflict, Viking, and but then it's got the newer stuff, which honestly sounds like it's got like Rammstein influences to it, which is fine, I guess, but I'm not a big Rammstein listener. Sue me. But it's alright. So it's got a lot of like Alex's clean singing. So if you enjoyed it off of Behelit, or Behelit, whatever you want to call it, if you enjoyed that, then you'll definitely enjoy some of the other records or tracks off this record. And the other tracks I want to cover are more or less their collaborations. I think there was only 2 of them, and that was with Baby Metal and Ronnie Radke of Falling in Reverse. The Baby Metal one is catchy. I'll give it this. It's catchy, but I feel like really it was more or less more of a ploy to sell merchandise. That it feels like a it really feels like a baby metal type song. Like it's total J metal influence, and Slaughter to Prevail feel like the guest collaborators off for that song. Like it's more baby metal song, and actually it is on their newer album. It's actually on their song. You know, their song is on there as well. So I don't know if it's primarily baby metal song or if it's Slaughter's. I don't know the specifics there, but like I said, I think that song was mainly for like merchandising opportunity. Like I said, it's catchy, but it's kind of mid. Like it's a song that exists. And then the one that Ronnie Riot Key is on is "I'm Dead." It's cringy. I think I think Alex made a deal with Ronnie. It was like, look, I appear on your record, and then you can come on mine. And then they made that deal. It's just, I don't know, man. It's cringy. It's boring. I don't like it. The lyrics are laughable. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. On the collaborations part, the songs are also like formulaic and kind of generic. And there's kind of a lack of breakdowns too. Like Castellum had more breakdowns and they felt kind of natural, and then they also tried to do that in this record, but it doesn't blend well. It's like they didn't know how to integrate. It's like they was like, okay, we know we had to have a breakdown in this song, but where do we put it and how? I don't know. Just put it anywhere. So yeah. I think gone are the days of, like, say, Chapters of Misery or Misery Sermon for that matter. The style, the dark tone of those albums are completely gone. I don't think we'll ever get that, version of Slaughter back. Yeah, this is very much like nu metal-ish deathcore. Of course, if you like this style of Slaughter, cool on you. I mean, I do too. Like I said, I like Viking and Kid of Darkness in Conflict. But yeah, those I think are the best songs off this album. The rest of it's kind of skippable. So yeah, I'm going to give Slaughter to Prevail's Grizzly a 4 out of 10. A below average release. And with that, we are going to move on to the next album. Oh Lord.
Motherfucker, I hate this motherfucker.
No, Sam, that's not how we do it. Let me show you how we take care of the creature.
I hate him.
Let me show you how we take care of the creature. Go, Rita! Yeah.
We've all traveled down this road before. We all know the state of this band. But like a domestic abuse victim, I always tend to go back. They say they're going to do better. They always make promises that they're going to improve, they're going to work on themselves. And then I end up getting hurt. Why do I do this to myself? Am I a glutton for punishment? What is wrong with me? So in case you are living under a rock or you just haven't been keeping up with this band in any form or fashion, let me bring you up to a little speed a little bit. So Death Punch had an issue with their former record label, like, selling their music without their knowledge or permission, which I can agree that sucks. That'd be like if YouTube came on here and claimed all my videos as theirs. So I get that. It sucks. Any creator that wants to create stuff and is told, they're not getting anything from it. This is all ours now. It's not right. But Death Punch has claimed that they've re-recorded all of their some of their older stuff, and I made a video on it not too long ago, about a couple months ago I think it was, talking about, asking if AI was the one that re-recorded all these songs. I don't believe that so much now. I think this is just bad production, because, oh my god, all of the music is so compressed, it is so stripped back. The instrumentation is lazy, the vocal work is lazy. Ivan's voice, oh my god, it's been auto-tuned to death. They put so many layers over his voice, and it's just to compensate for the fact that he cannot hit these harder notes like he used to. Any bit of bite and heaviness that these songs used to have are just completely gone. And they are a hollow shell of what they used to be. And it's like watching a train wreck. You want to look away, but you can't. And last night, or like earlier this morning, I should say, when these albums first dropped, I was listening to them, and I could feel myself getting pissed, because American Capitalist is my favorite album, and the songs that are on this album the songs that appear on this record that are from American Capitalist, any bite or like aggressiveness that they had are just gone. And like Remember Everything, a song that was a testament to Ivan Moody's traumatic childhood, and that was so raw and emotional, to the point where he didn't want to do it live anymore, because it just brought back so much traumatic stuff. They just plopped it back here on this record, and was just like, that's it. It's just stripped back. Parts of him talking about, apologizing to his mom and his dad, for like stuff that he feels like he was, a problem for. There's nothing to it. There's nothing feels right. It's all lazy, and not to mention, songs lazy, or the songs being lazy, but their AI work, or I'm getting that. I got ahead of myself. Their album artwork is lazy as well. It is AI generated stuff, and it's just been photoshopped just to edit it just a little bit, so that way you can't really tell. Because apparently Death Punch fans have the brains of 5-year-olds. They're using AI apparently for their album artwork, their merchandise, their lyric videos. It just makes me wonder if it'll only be a matter of time. If you know your Death Punch songs, you'll get that joke. But it'll only be a matter of time before they solely rely on AI to create the music itself. So, yeah. Needless to say, I'm pissed. I'm pissed that this is how they chose to think their fans for 20 years of loyalty and to their success, or contributions to their success. I hate that this is what they're doing. This is basically just going, hey, thank you for the money, fuck out of here. Excuse my language, but that's what it feels like. After 20 years, you think we'd get something better. But no, we're just getting the same stuff over and over and over again, and somehow it's just getting worse. I don't know why they thought on the final cutting floor that whatever they put out, sounded good. I really don't understand the thought process that they had for making this album. And don't come in the comments going, oh, well, he's old, he's getting older, people's voices change. Yeah, give me a break. You know who else is getting older but still sounds good in studio and on stage, live? Corey Taylor, Slipknot, Stone Sour, Tom of Slayer, James Hetfield of Metallica, Max of Sepultura. They sound great. they still sound great, and I guarantee you they are much older. They are much older than Ivan is right now. So don't give me that. I don't want to hear it. It's just, this is a lazy, soulless cash grab, and this album deserves any kind of negative criticism it gets. I do not understand why Death Punch fans think this is just the greatest thing ever made. No, it is not. It is not. You guys are tone deaf, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry for you. But this is not it. This is not the stuff. This is not what they are. This is a soulless corporation band now. This is radio rock. Pure and simple. It might not even be radio rock. It's not even radio rock anymore. This is, I don't know what this is. It's bad. I know that. It is bad, and I don't want to talk about it anymore. This album sucks. Five Finger Death Punch sucks, and this album can go die. I hope it never gets talked about again. In fact, if they release a Volume 2, or if by some sheer miracle they ever release a Way of the Fist remaster, I'm not listening to it. Because if this is what Way of the Fist is going to sound like, no. I will not subject my ears to that. So, yeah. I'm giving best of 2025 Five Finger Death Punch, whatever you want to call it. I'm giving this album a 1. It's a 1 out of 10. It's the worst thing possibly ever released. I would give it a 2, which is bad, but and that's mainly for the fact that, to some credit, the song "I Refuse" is marginally better. It doesn't sound like half-assed, I guess, if you would call it that. The one that they featured Maria Brink on from In This Moment. Bless her heart, I know she was just brought on, and none of this blame is on her. She's just doing what she was brought on to do. But she couldn't even help this song. So, yeah, I'm giving this album a 1. Is it worse than And Justice for None? To be determined. But as of right now, And Justice for None sits as their worst album. At least for me, anyways. And Justice for None, it's just, yeah, it's still the worst. So yeah, but in terms of ladder and where it stands, if it were on a ladder, this album is like right above, just like a rung above where And Justice for None is. So yeah, 1 out of 10, Five Finger Death Punch. Screw you. I'm done. So, but let me guys know. Let me hear you guys' opinions on this. And for both records actually. Or did you listen to them? Did you not listen to them? If you did, what were your favorite songs? Stuff like that. Let's have a conversation in the comments. Little life update before I go. Like I said, I said I was in hiatus. Just until I get everything moved in. But yeah, I had to talk about these 2 records. I'm sorry. So you get something a little bit to tide you over. I am almost done moving in. In fact, if anything I have done moving in is just having money to make sure I can put food in the house. But other than that, I'm pretty much done with moving. It's just a matter of when I can get a good paycheck, so that way I don't starve. I don't want me and my wife to be, wasting away. But yeah, until then, keep listening and keep rocking out. But don't rock out to Death Punch, really. Just find something else better to listen to. If anything, go back and listen to their older albums. Don't give them any money. So, I thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys on the next video. Rock out. Take care of each other. Take care of yourselves. Stay cool. Summer's grueling. Yeah. Until then, see you on the next video.